Aloha from Hawaii, I'm Kate with Marketecture, and this is The Refresh, your weekly download on what went down in advertising. And if you're wondering what's up with my audio, I fried my lightning port on my phone with ocean water and therefore cannot plug in any sort of recording device. So here we are. This week we're talking about the Trade Desk releasing OpenSincera, Microsoft shutting down Xandr, and DoubleVerify suing Adalytics. Let's get into it. Last Tuesday, the Trade Desk revealed at least part of what they plan to do with their acquisition of Sincera by announcing the release of OpenSincera, a one-way API connection that anyone in the industry can tap into to access Sincera's data for free $99. As a quick refresher, Sincera collects metadata that publishers, advertisers, and ad tech vendors can use for media quality verification purposes. Metadata includes things like how many ads are loading on a page, how often those ads are refreshing, what alternative IDs are present in the bid stream, and whether or not privacy consent was properly collected. The ad industry is beginning to look beyond legacy media quality verification vendors like DoubleVerify and IAS, and Sincera is providing a viable alternative. By offering a free API connection to the entire industry, this rising tide is poised to lift all boats. The industry just has to get in and row. Jumping over to Microsoft's sudden announcement that they'll be shutting down Microsoft Invest, better known as Xandr, formerly known as AppNexus, aka where ad tech's lore largely began. In a blistering and slightly ominous blog post, Microsoft announced their intentions to shut down the DSP in favor of an agentic AI advertising platform powered by Copilot. Their rationale for this AI-driven platform is that it will allow them to truly pursue goals of personalization and privacy while giving advertisers better access to audiences on Microsoft's own properties like LinkedIn, Xbox, and Copilot. Microsoft's closure of Xandr represents a deepening of the divide between walled gardens and the open web, but it also represents a compounding problem that's not going to get better before it gets worse. AI-driven job loss. Every role eliminated represents a real human, many of whom are highly skilled and talented. If there's one silver lining to this story, it's been seeing the industry come together to broadcast open roles and lend a helping hand to support in any way they can. Finally, wrapping things up with the kind of drama I have an appreciation for. DoubleVerify is suing Adalytics following its latest report released at the end of March. The report accused DoubleVerify and other verification vendors of not being able to properly identify general invalid traffic or good bots, more or less saying your products don't work the way that you're telling your customers they do. DoubleVerify alleges that these reports are defamatory and have negatively impacted their business, to which Adalytics responds, "Hey man, we're just the referee calling it like we see it." Which raises a question that some in the industry have begun to ask. Do you really understand how the game works? Meaning, do you truly understand the intricacies, and God knows there's intricacies, of how ad tech functions on a deeply technical level? It's good for the industry to have third parties that seek to create neutral accountability, but I also think society has a growing burn the witch mentality. It's important for us to take a step back, adopt a more critical, pragmatic thinking approach to evaluate the story from all angles. I put out a poll last week asking if you thought that DV had a strong case, and the majority of you did not. But ultimately, it will be up for the judge to decide, and we'll have to just wait and see. That's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining us for The Refresh, and we'll catch you next time.